The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN just after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We come back from a long weekend. We pick things up in markets in almost record territory. S&P's up by 0.4% or 24 points in the positive right now. We're trading at 61.56. You're within a handful of points. You're talking about 61, 63.75 on the futures. That high from December 16th. So 2 months of consolidation here we've been dealing with. You make a high on January 24th. Within 1 point of that number, 61.63. Where are we right now? We just made a high at 61.57. So important technical area. The one thing I will say, volume dropping off a little bit. You take a look at the S&Ps on a daily basis, right? You go back to Wednesday. We do 1.1 million contracts in S&P futures. Thursday, you get the expansion higher on under a million. And then Friday, you actually go higher than that on 689,000. Coming into the long weekend, closed from Monday, and we are bumping up against all-time highs. We'll see how the market reacts. NASDAQ 100. Not quite as close as the S&Ps, but the way the NASDAQ 100 moves, we're only about 140 points, about 0.5% from all-time highs. 22,450 out there from December 2024. As you see, didn't quite get back up there like the S&P did. We're now above where we were late January. In the NASDAQ, similar action. Now, this is not as dramatic as you'd like it to see to be a strong signal, but there is a drop-off in volume. And you go from, we had the pullback on January 27th. This is a daily chart we're looking at in the NASDAQ. Okay, we're higher today by about 0.5% coming into the opening bell. 4 trading days this week. We kick it off today, Tuesday. But look at the volume since that day, right? Since you got that dramatic pullback, you're talking about volume that starts at 650,000 contracts. You do get a sign of strength off the lows there of 21,000 on February 3rd. And remember, that was coming back from tariff weekend, right? So we have gotten a reprieve. That's what's going on in this market, man. The market is saying, hey, tariffs aren't coming day one on Mexico and Canada. They aren't. We've gotten a reprieve here. Reciprocal tariffs have gotten a reprieve. The negotiation is on. But check out the volume since then, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Market creeps into all-time highs. And it just continues a little lower. Now, we do have a little bit of a bounce going today on some volume, as we've already done 174,000 contracts and the market opens in 21 minutes. Compare that to doing 429,000 contracts for the entire day on Friday. Friday was a light day. Today's going to be an important day in the markets. Dow flirting with all-time highs as well. Those highs in the Dow made late January, 45,227. We're up by about 0.1% in the Dow. And the Russell up by about 0.4% or 9 points at 2294. And yeah, you see the Russell's what? 7% from all-time highs? Quite the difference. Crude. Yeah, stuck below $72 again, 71.25. We're positive by 50 cents on the session, but still. And how about gold? Now, longer term on gold, I think we're making a run to 33.50. That's the number, man. Put it on your chart. That run begins in February of last year. You begin at $2,000. You trade a one-way trip to 2,800. You pull back to about 2,550. You do another 800 points. That puts you at 33.50. Yeah, 3,000 is the next stop for sure. As in, not for sure. Nothing's for sure, right? You got to make it above 3,000 to make it at 33.50. But I think gold has a lot more room here to the upside. I do. Don't think that just because it traded from 2,000 to 3,000 over the course of the year, I think gold's got more room to the upside here. You take a look at the daily, and yeah, we had a little bit of a pullback on some action in gold. Gold did 216,000 contracts on Friday. We pulled back with some price spread, but look at today, right? Look at the volume we've already done today. We're coming into the opening bell. Now, futures on commodities a little bit different, okay? The pit closing at a different time, etc. I think gold is 130, 230, maybe 2:30 in the afternoon, I think. Crude goes at 1:30 technically. They close. But nonetheless, look at the contract volume we got going to the upside with gold up $36 or 1.3%. We're trading at $29.37 right now. And yeah, basically right flirting with all-time highs for the gold contract. You jump over to the dollar, basically right at 107. We were at 106 earlier today. There's your 15-minute. We've risen a bit. You were at 106.50 on Friday. But all things considered, critical area for that dollar. Coming into the 107 area, you take a look on a longer-term basis on the dollar, the DXY. From a technical standpoint, right, what do? We broke above. We've given it up. We're now testing that critical area. And you break below this, the moves are quick. Right? Look at how many times in the last couple of years you actually make a decisive break lower. You're talking about a move of 4 to 5 points in the dollar. Yeah, we're about 3 points off the high. But boy, if this is the move, and keep your eye on it, because this is a critical area. You break below this 107 area, I think 104 is in the cards, and below that 100. So a little bit of weakness. We got yields right now right at about 4.5, 4.52 as I was coming on the program. Just chopping around 109 on Friday. You make it as high as 109.15. And since then, you've climbed a bit. We're back above 4.5%, but all things considered, not that bad. For the yield, dollar, keep your eye on that dollar, especially if you're in the gold contract. Now, that's not going to be the holy grail, as in we've seen the dollar pull back from 110 to 107, and gold not at all-time highs right now. But over the long haul, I think that could be the next run to 33.50 in that gold contract. Now, back to yields. So we got Fed minutes out tomorrow having to do with their January meeting. We'll see if that sheds any light. We get some Fed speak as well going on this week. Yeah, I had it up here. Where are we? Here we go. Yeah, so in terms of Fed speak, so Michael Barr is going to be talking today. Philip Jefferson is out tomorrow. Michael Barr is again on Thursday. That could be his last public comments before he gives up that supervisory role at the end of the month. You got a Fed Governor Adriana Kugler speaking as well. So we're going to get some Fed comments, man, this week. We'll see if those matter. We're not going to get the chairman. He was last week. But, yeah, we get some Fed speak. The 10-year sitting at 4.5% right now. Dollar at 107. Crude trading at $71. The market's higher. And as far as earnings, you got Walmart out with their numbers on Thursday. So Walmart, we're basically flat right now. A little bit of a pullback on Friday. This thing has been a juggernaut, man. How about from 50 to 105 over the period of just over a year? $39 in 2022. You put this thing on a monthly, though. My goodness, right? How about getting into Walmart? Look at these pullbacks, man. Quite a rocket ship. Walmart trading at 104. So they'll be out with their numbers on Thursday. And, yeah, when we come back from the break, we'll break down some of the expectations because, yeah, they are a juggernaut, man. If you've been listening to the program, you've heard my affinity for Sam's Club. Never thought I'd be the guy, man. Where's my Sam's Club sponsorship, right? Where's my – just give me some credits, man. I'll use them for household items. But you do want to listen to yourself. Everything they're saying makes sense, folks, all right? It happened with Amazon early on. I saw it. And it's happening with Walmart right now, and the price is reflecting it. But we'll go over some of their numbers when we get back, folks. Walmart numbers out on Thursday. We'll go over some other equities out with their numbers as well. S&P's up by 24. NASDAQ 100 up by 115. Stay tuned, folks. We're coming back. We're talking some Walmart, some retail. If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger Zen, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger Zen, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Morning Market Kickoff is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Welcome back, folks. NASDAQ 100 up by about 0.5%, up 117 points, 22,313. S&P's up by about 0.4% right now. We jump around to some of the Magnificent Seven. You got Apple shares. That's a weekly. Let's put it back to a daily. Climbing last week from 226 to 244. Pretty remarkable, the volatility. You trade down $40. You're up $24. Apple shares almost flat this morning. You jump over to Microsoft shares, up a bit at 409 after pulling back to 408. You jump over to Google shares, up a couple dollars from 186 to 188. Amazon shares this morning, trading up by about $1 to 229. Nvidia kicking off the week up by about $3. Check out Nvidia, man, 141. You talk about buying the dip, man. I talked about this on the program. And if this points to anything, folks, it's the volatility that I think is coming down the line in this market for a considerable period of time going forward. From the highs we had at 153 to the lows you got in this market, Nvidia loses about $1 trillion in value. They have almost 25 billion shares outstanding. Every $10, $250 billion. Right? So what are we up now? We're up by $30. So you trade down by $1 trillion in market cap. And since February 3rd, folks, it's February 18th. We're talking about 2 weeks. Nvidia's market cap has now risen by $750 billion. If anything, it's just an indication of how this market is trying to price many of these growth equities that have driven this market higher. And it's difficult to do, and that illustrates it most when you can have an equity trading down by $1 trillion, up by $750 billion in the span of 2 weeks. We didn't have $1 trillion company until 2019, 2020, when the race was on. Nonetheless, okay, we jump over to Walmart. So Walmart will be out with their numbers on Thursday. The stock has been a juggernaut the last 14 months or so. Quite the acceleration from 50 up to 104. Now, this article was out last week. I think I touched on it on the program on Friday. But some of these numbers, worth reiterating coming into their numbers. Now, share price performance, I talked about this on the program, somewhat cherry-picked. Yes, they go a year back, but what this doesn't take into account is the run that Amazon has predating that, right? Walmart chopped around 12 to 24 months ago. Amazon's been on a one-way trip for the better part of 2 years. Nonetheless, the last year, Walmart's been overperforming. So in February, almost 90% of households that are making six figures say they shopped at Walmart, up from 77 5 years earlier. I'm actually surprised that 70% of six-figure earners in 2020 were shopping at Walmart. I would love to see the breakdown of how much money they were spending then versus how much money they're spending now. My feeling is, yes, they were spending money there, but they're probably spending a lot more money at Walmart, right? You're probably focusing, myself included, household items. I've talked about it, man. You're talking about paper towels, toilet paper, water, everything down the line, even Sam's brands, paper towels, toilet paper, haven't gone water. They have outstanding brands for the value, okay? Now, you get into the numbers. Walmart Plus membership. I'm a Walmart Plus membership subscriber, and you can see how they're pushing this out as a perk on many different avenues to bring people in. You're up from almost nothing to 25 million. Okay, it's a sticky number once you start subscribing to something. Not sure they're going to replicate Prime, because Prime was nothing like ever had been seen like Prime before. But wait till you see how much money they're spending on CapEx, and they're spending it, okay, on their supply chain, not on their stores. Here it is. This is the part that I really wanted to get to, which I think longer term, okay, if you're a longer term investor in Walmart, let's go down the line here, because these two go together so well. All right, what are they spending on CapEx? And what's their forward 12-month PE? Okay, Walmart shares trade at now 38 times forward 12-month earnings. That's above Amazon. You better be careful in Walmart, okay? Short term, you better be careful. Look at where Target are. Look at where Kroger is. How about Costco, man? Okay? Walmart, Costco, they're crushing it. But this is kind of a story of expectations. And keep this in mind as we come into the numbers on Thursday. Now, look at the money that they're spending. And what's remarkable is, again, you've been listening to the program for a while. I was on the air. I talked about it recently, right? Getting Sam's deliveries early on in the days of COVID, probably. Tommy was born 2021, and I remember getting my mind blown by one delivery in particular that I keep talking about, where they stuffed bags of Smart Food popcorn. Think huge bags of Smart Food popcorn. I'm talking Sam-sized bags, right? Not the box with a bunch of little ones. I'm talking about that one big bag of popcorn that they sell at Sam's or Costco. They put two of those bags inside a huge cardboard box, and in the same box was, I believe, an enormous box of baby wipes, an enormous box of diapers, right? All in this one enormous box. Looked like the size of a car almost, right? Not quite, but, and yeah, there's popcorn everywhere. Of course the popcorn bag popped, right? Their supply chain, their process was a mess. Well, what did they do? Okay, they spent, the numbers here are astounding, $42 billion, I think is the number over the last 3 years. Here it is. Walmart's U.S. businesses alone spent, U.S. businesses alone, more than $42 billion in CapEx over the last 3 years. Compare that to some of the numbers the tech companies are spending on AI. This is just Walmart. They're not spending it on AI. They're not buying NVIDIA chips, okay? They probably are right now, or they're spending money on the AI capabilities, I'm sure. But that was 80% more than in the preceding 3 years, okay? Yeah. The retailer spent almost as much as analysts estimate Amazon spent on its retail business in 2023. They're right there, and you can tell by the way they're competing, okay? But That's a scary one right there. Share price is a multiple of forward 12-month earnings. That's price, that's future forward PE. Okay? I don't know if I like Walmart above Amazon's. Okay? They're both priced high is one way to look at it. 38 times forward 12-month earnings. Longer term, yeah, I think that Walmart's positioned, man, in a big way to reap the benefits of what they've put into this market. We were high at 105.40, and that's where you really got to separate sometimes, whether you're going long-term, you're going short-term, right? If you've rode this rally up and you are not a keeper of Walmart on the longer term, you're buying in. You better believe you're buying in at this type of a forward PE. Look where you were in 2021, man, right? Not only are they earning more, they're pricing in the future growth, okay? And they've talked about that, the last part, I'm not sure I'd find it, that they're basically not as focused on short term right now. And that's, yeah, I'll see if I can find the exact quote as we come back from the break. But short term, a lot to live up to, like this market at these prices. But Walmart, man, 104, their numbers Thursday night. All right, folks, we'll come back. We'll talk some other equities. We'll be back for the opening bell. Stay tuned.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, reversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento for the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The events for this month are February 14th and 21st, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
All right, right, welcome back, folks. We got some selling coming into that opening bell, and here it comes. As I said, here comes the selling. Put it in the den, man. We kick it off. Digesting 3 days. The market looking a little dicey at these highs. We get a little selling. We just traded down, 60, 70 points from where we were coming into the opening bell. You get a little bit of a volume spike. These are 5-minute bars. Look at the volume we did coming into that opening bell. 7,000 contracts. S&P's now up just 9 points. We were all the way up to almost 61.57. Boom. You give up 16 points like that. In the last 20 minutes. S&P's up by 9. Dow rolls over to negative territory, negative by 52. And Russell, positive by 2. I know, it is funny how many times I talk about Sam's. And, I think I harp on it because of my experience with Amazon, first of all. And they're not comparable, okay, Walmart to Amazon in the early days. But what is comparable is seeing how your own behaviors are changing and realizing that they're not just yours, right? That they're not just the anecdote. That's the leap that you have to make sometimes as a trader. Is it an anecdotal experience? Because we're going to get some feedback. We got feedback in the den saying, man, I've had a tough shipments with Walmart occasionally. Always love the feedback because it is interesting that it does matter in the longer term, especially. All right, let's see how we're trading here as we kick things off. Market's giving it up, man. Not Apple, though. Apple flat this morning right now. Microsoft flat as well. Not NVIDIA, up by 2.7% to 142.50 right now. Amazon shares, Amazon gives it up by a couple dollars. They're back to flat right now. NASDAQ 100, only positive by 30. All right. Keep your spikes up in this market, folks. All right. Look at that volume coming in. Right on the spike open. We'll see if we can hold. Let's jump over to yields right now, see how we're trading on the open. And the dollar at about 107 right now. You jump over to crude. Yeah, 71.40. If you're trading crude, I think it's got some, crude trades in about $5 ranges. And if you put it on the chart, I think there's a lot of technical areas that drop on like the 250 mark, as in you're trading from 70.250 has been a mark that's faced support, resistance over the past. 77.50 is an area that it's flipped a couple times. Doesn't mean that you can't trade above, below. And then 82.50, and then where's the high from April last year? About 87.50. Crude right now, trading at 71.42. Gotta love that. Hey, speaking of, we'll keep it going. You know how much gas is at Sam's? $2.85. I think I saw that. Yeah, $2.85. Man. All right, what else we got going in this market? Let's talk a little Argentina. Can we top some crypto pump and dump? Because this one's interesting, man. Where is it? Here it is. All right, we got a couple articles. I haven't dug as deep as you want to in this, but it's just buyer beware, no matter who. Even if you got presidents out there tweeting. And that should be obvious to anyone in the U.S., but it happens in other countries too. Okay? You're buying nothing. You better be quick. You're first in, you're first out. Don't be caught holding the bag, okay? And I'd advise the same thing whether you're talking about Argentina or some of the cryptos getting pushed out in the U.S. as well, all right? But this one, man, I wonder if he's going to survive. We'll see. Because it seems like he was leading a pump and dump, man. You read it, okay? Yeah. Is it Milei? Is that how you pronounce it? So the Argentine president tweets out, right, that this coin is going to, where's the verbiage? Here, it's going to be in this one. Yeah, the private project will be dedicated to encouraging the growth of the Argentine economy, he wrote, with a link to the cryptocurrency project. The stock, can you imagine being a schemer, man? They create $4 billion in value. They scalp about $100 million off the top, and the thing collapses within hours, and you delete your tweet, okay? We'll see where this goes. And I'll tell you, having experience in online poker, okay, we talked about it before. Online poker was at the forefront of some of what was going on, okay? And I saw hacks all the time, and I said to myself a while back, if you were a hacker prior to crypto even, online, unregulated online sites were probably some of the most ripest sites for hacking, manipulation, collusion, taking people's funds across the board, okay? And then what happened is they got into crypto because they shut down the sites, and to facilitate deposits and withdrawals, you were able to use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular, for some period of time. And what that did is that heightened my sense to some of what goes on here in terms of risk, reward, pump, dump, etc. And it's okay if you realize the game you're playing, right? But don't be left, if you're buying that coin at 4 billion market cap, for what it's worth, right? Bitcoin down about $1,200, $96,295. Just been consolidating for the better part of almost pushing, what are you talking about, 3 months now? Yeah, since middle of November. We reach about 95,000. We've been chopping around between then, 96,185. All right, we jump over to gold. Gold's pushing higher still, up by $40 right now, $29.41. Now you jump over to silver. This is an interesting one. Silver having a day, up by 1%, up by 31 pennies, and there's the caption I put out in the gold reports today. Silver traded higher with volume last week, okay? That's the daily, though. There's your volume last week. You do about 335 contracts, but look how we're just kind of stuck, right? And look at the volume we were doing in silver when we first traded up to 32, right? Look at some of the accelerations in April. Right, the week of April 1st, silver does 577,000 contracts. We do 676,000 contracts. Excuse me, at some of these highs, 513,000 contracts. We do 419,000 contracts in September. At the highs, we do 428. And then we have it down to 375, and we haven't done anything over 330, as in the volume is lacking right now in silver dramatically. You've been consolidating at $32 since last May, but if you want to break above these highs, okay, because last week you trade above 34, you give it up. We do 335,000 contracts. We're coming into 428,000 contracts. Silver needs more volume at these highs, period. Now, if you're looking at silver stocks, okay, number one, there's a new issue of the Gold Report out today. You can check that out. Pan American is a good-looking silver stock. It's probably the best looking silver stock in the Gold Report right now. Now, it's not near where you were in 2020, okay, but you look at where this equity is beginning of the year, where they are now. You've broken back within its channel. You come back, you've tested the bottom part of that. That's a weekly. You take a look at Pan American. Look how nicely this is lining up, right? You break in, you pull back on Friday. We're testing that channel line yet again. So if you're putting silver stocks on your radar, put Pan American on there. And if I was going to give you a second one, it's actually MAG. Yeah, MAG Silver. Now, a much smaller company than Pan American. Come on, keep up. Let's go. Come on. All right. My charts aren't cooperating. Those two equities, though. Pan American, best-looking silver stock in the Gold Report right now. MAG, probably second. The other silver equities, not looking that great. Maybe it's just a MAG chart. Yeah, maybe. Let's try it again. Yeah, MAG's not keeping up. Not sure what's going on with that equity. Everything else loading. We'll take a look at some other equities in that gold market when we come back, folks. Stay tuned. S&P's up by 10. NASDAQ 100 up by 49. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's up by about 9 points right now, and we're bumping up against those all-time highs. We're at 61.57 coming into the opening bell. Come back to a daily, and you're talking about within about 6 points of those all-time highs. 61.63 and change in December, and we got within a point and a half of that high. Yeah, on January 24th, and then we just get up to within about 7 points from where they were. 61, 57, 75. Yeah, 6 points exactly from all-time highs in the futures this morning. NASDAQ 100 up by 50. Dow negative by 90. Check in on Walmart on their numbers on Thursday, down by about 0.25%. Amazon flat 228 right now. And how about this? So, in the world of ETFs, man, Vanguard overtaken State Street. VOO overtaken the SPY. $23 billion is what VOO, Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF, has now taken in this year alone, and it's remarkable. So the SPY launches in 1993, right? Brainchild of the American Stock Exchange and State Street. You look at the fees, though. Yeah, you're talking about the SPY charging 0.1% versus the VOO charging 3/100ths. Not surprising. And you see the catch up in terms of assets. And look at these numbers, man, of where we were in the COVID lows. VOO only had 100 billion in it. It's got 600 billion. The SPY only had 200 billion. It's got 600 billion. So you go from 300 billion at the lows in just these ETFs to 1.2 trillion. Whew, up 400%. Shouldn't be surprising what the market's done over that time. Yeah, and that's the kicker of it all, right? In 2011, Spider Gold shares had 78 billion in assets when gold was surging to a record, briefly surpassing the SPY. Put the gold contract on a monthly. Okay. Now, if you ever want an indication, folks, This is why I want to pull it up. Does it make sense that the gold ETF should have a higher market capitalization versus the best ETF out there for the overall market? No, it does not. Okay? And that was in 2011. And the market at that time was at about 1,300. Okay? So what are you up right now? Fourfold? Fivefold? Okay? Versus the gold contract, comparatively, there's 2011. You make a run up to 1923. And what'd you do? You lose 50%, and it takes you, okay, from 2011 to 2023. You break even. 12 years. If the gold ETF ever becomes more of a valuation than the S&P ETF ever again, remember this conversation. Makes zero sense, right? I'm sure there's a lot of listeners we have that have been with us since then. And that's quite a stat, that the SPY lost its crown in 2011 to gold. And then, you know, sometimes things reverberate, to put it lightly, right? Yeah, pretty remarkable. All right, watch out for this market, folks. That would be, I've been talking about it, man. These volumes, they don't lie, okay? That was the basis for everything my dad did. I'm always looking at it. And since we've been coming up to these highs, you have a trail off in volume as this market just ticks higher. Now, listen, the one thing about this, I find myself thinking all the time, right? I'm looking at these charts. I'm looking at these volumes, okay? I'm saying, man, this market's got no quality volume as we trickle higher. That can exist for far longer than you think, okay? That's the thing you got to keep in mind. The market does not have to be rational and reasonable on a short-term basis. In the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, man, I know this is how it goes. Okay? There's nothing to prevent if tariffs get pushed back, okay? Right? And they have got pushbacks. The harshest tariffs, they're not coming. We got negotiation going across the board. What if that gives it a reprieve? Well, guess what, folks? All right? That's why I talk about as well. Keep your stops tight in this market. You're seeing it again this morning, okay? NASDAQ 100 is down 150 points from where we were at 9 o'clock. You don't have to give your trades a lot of room. Keep them tight, and there's going to be opportunities in this market persisting because of the volatility. We're going to have another reciprocal tariff deadline out there, and guess what? It might get extended again. It's going to be a lot of pressure on this market of unknowns, and NVIDIA is one facet of that doesn't even consider tariffs, really, right? They're just talking about the AI volatility. Then you get the tariff volatility on top of it. So I think we have some volatility coming down the line, and I think this morning is a great demonstration. Same way. You know, we've had a two-way market in these markets, man, right? We look at the move you had on Wednesday. NASDAQ 100 just traded up 800 points from where we were Wednesday to Tuesday, okay? So we got a little volatility across the board. All right, what else are we talking about? How about that Delta plane crash? Wear your seatbelts, folks. That's all I'm going to say. Wear your seatbelts. Remarkable. If you told me what are the probabilities that a plane could flip over completely and that nobody on the plane, 76 passengers and 4 crew, 80 people, nobody. Now, there's 3 people in critical condition. I think one of them's a small child. And hopefully those people pull through, because and they're supposed to pull through, but sometimes the people injured can get lost on this in terms of no deaths is great, but man, especially when you hear a little child. But everybody's just hanging upside down in their seatbelts. Wear your seatbelts, folks. Remarkable. I haven't seen any videos, and there's got to be videos, right? Are there videos out there? If anybody's seen any videos, share them. I'm just interested, because I can't imagine how a plane flips over and not a single person dies. Everyone's wearing their seatbelt. Small child, but wear your seatbelts, man. In a plane, in a car. But remarkable feat, to say the least, man. All right, we jump over to the VIX. Let's check out the volatility. Very little volatility premium in this market. We end last week at a 14 handle. And keep this one in mind, too. Look at that. I haven't even pulled this one up yet. But we had an elevated VIX by almost $1 when the market was higher. That is not a good sign. Okay? 1587. Yeah, as this market falls off, man, this could be a big day. All right, we trickled higher last week on nothing. You look at the weekly volume. Okay, the NASDAQ 100, you do 3.5 million shares the week of January 27th. That was a rebound from the 21,000 price point, okay? But then look at the last 2 weeks. You do 2.7 million, and then you just do 2.3 million on that acceleration higher. NASDAQ 100 off by 30 points. And the selling's not stopping right now. 22,170. S&P's hanging on to single-digit gains. Market trading low to kick off a shortened trading week. We'll be right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Markets jumping around. S&P's and NASDAQ 100 back into the green. S&P's up by 7, NASDAQ 100 up by 16. And folks, if you're not in the Tiger's Den, get in that Tiger's Den right on the front page of TFNN. Appreciate Iluto, our Tiger's Den member, posting that wild stuff. Just watch the video of that plane. this day and age, right? There's got to be video, right? I'm watching this video. Why is this one person with this video filming this plane landing? Why not? Because there's millions of people that always have their phone out. There's always a video nowadays, which is just remarkable. But yeah, even watching that thing, watching it roll over. Can you imagine being in the fuselage of that plane, landing, explosion, rolls over 180 degrees? Not only do you wear your seatbelt, folks, make sure it's tight. Many people on a plane, you might have a loose seatbelt, right? Myself included. I watch something like that, man. You make sure that that plane flips over on landing, you're going to be hanging there like a bat from the ceiling, not falling out. Your kids included. Lock them in tight, man. Anyway, remarkable story. S&P's up by 7. NASDAQ 100 up by 13. Just very happy. As I said, white light out to all of the people on that plane, anyone out there. And it's going to be interesting to see the breakdown of how that exactly happened. High winds, 30 to 40 miles an hour. But man, yeah, there was some snow. Maybe a good thing on the to give them a runway as they rolled over. Remarkable. All right, Walmart rolls over a bit. Come on. Well, what's happening? I'm giving Walmart all the props. It might be that forward PE. Remember, Walmart at a 12-month forward PE above Amazon. Whew, that's something I took away from that article almost most of all. Amazon down about 0.25% right now. Nvidia shares up by 1.9%. Tesla shares up by, we'll call it flat right now. And yeah, interesting that you got Grok 3 AI, right? Musk's XAI. I saw that one this morning, dude, as well. I never understand how Tesla, Elon's running all these other companies, doing all this other stuff, let alone the government. And how's he have the time for Tesla, man? He's the visionary. Nonetheless, Tesla flat. S&P's up by 8. Folks, thanks so much for kicking it off. Have a great Tuesday. We got a replay right now. Basil's out, but live programming after that, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one, everybody.